Peace and blessings, love and light, and welcome to another edition of the How Now podcast, where we talk about how to live in the now. I'm Kim Martin Raymond, and I am a minister. I am a spiritual life coach, and I am an author and the founder of Redefining You, where I help my clients to realign themselves, mind, body, and spirit. And today's show is entitled Making Every Day a Great Day.
Yes.
And every day is, not just a good day, it's a great day.
Great day.
My guest knows all about making each day a great day. So, of course, as is customary with the How Now podcast, I'm going to have my guest to introduce herself, because when we introduce ourselves, we're allowing the world to know how we want to be received. So, with that being said, I'm going to have our guest introduce herself.
Hi, my name is Donna Briggs. I'm a motivational life coach. I'm owner of Make Every Day a Great Day, LLC, owner of ANEWU Network and ANEWU Health and Wellness, and D Briggs Media Group.
Hey. Well, welcome to the show. I'm so excited to have you here. But it's like you said, making every day a great day. Now, I know it's a pandemic, and it's so hard for some people to fathom, how can you talk about making each day a great day when we're in the middle of this pandemic, and here it is, we're going into, a year now. So how do we go about
going on 2 years?
Going on 2 years, exactly. So talk to us about, first, what was going on prior to the pandemic hitting, as far as your businesses were concerned?
Well, for me, I was doing red carpets. I was doing interviews. I was doing a lot of interviews on the radio show. So everything's changed for me. Everything.
Wow. And then all of a sudden, like I said, you were just minding your beautiful business, and you were going on and doing things.
Well, I was doing the shows, and then I knew something was going on, because a lot of people that I had friends in different countries, and they were saying everybody's getting sick and it's coming to the United States. I was like,
Right.
I started planning then when they were telling me.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you had a little bit.
Because I knew before everybody else was, and I started planning.
Wow. And so then here it comes. It hits.
So the pandemic comes, and then I end up starting a new company, ANEWU Health and Wellness, which is CBD, stones, meditation, all that is on the website.
Okay.
And then I noticed people were getting depressed. So then I said, I'm going to start another company, Make Every Day a Great Day, LLC.
Awesome. And that's important, because what happened was you just tapped into what was going on around you, correct? You started seeing the need for these things, because I know people had started talking, people had been talking about CBD and other things like that. And so, and of course, health and wellness was really starting to take off at that point as well, and I even tell people that, that's part of my journey this year. My mantra this year is wellness of mind, body, and spirit. So I'm sure it was important to start tapping into that whole wellness aspect.
True. And then my tagline was always make every day a great day. Like every time I would do a video, the ending would be make every day a great day. So I just pretty much took my tagline and turned it into a company.
Awesome. And that's a great thing to do, and I think that for a lot of people, it became a time where you were looking into businesses and looking into things that
I needed to do something different, because
right.
I couldn't do red carpets anymore. I was like, okay, I need to do something.
Right. But in doing that, and I know you talk about making every day a great day, was there a period right after the pandemic started and you were at home where you felt any type of sadness? What did it look like?
I hate to say no, but I didn't, because what I was doing, I needed a break anyway, because I was always flying. I was never home.
Right.
Never. I was maybe flying 3 days a week.
Oh, wow.
California, different cities, I was in a different country. I was all over the place. Like last year, this time, I was in Germany. I was in Bahamas. I was all over the place. Before the pandemic, I was all over the world. Right. So this was a great time for me to actually sit down and just not do anything. Wow. So it wasn't any sadness. It was just like, baby, I need to regroup.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's wonderful. And I mean, and I think that's a way, or that's the way that people should view it. It should be viewed as, okay, this was a time where,
To
you
sit
used to always
still.
say you wanted the world to stop, stop the world. I want to get off. Yeah, you hear people say that. And that's something that, then when it actually happened, they were like, no, wait a minute. No, no, no. I need for the world to keep spinning just a little bit. And it's just like, okay, which one is it? You know?
Well, the thing
So,
about it is, I noticed that a lot of people are ungrateful for this time. I know a lot of people aren't having the greatest time about it, but this is a time to self-reflect. And a lot of people don't want to do that.
no.
A lot of people don't like themselves,
Right.
and they don't want to sit home. They don't want to sit still. They don't want to do it.
Right. Right. And I think sometimes when you sit still, and just like you say, you have to face the reality of the things that are going on in your life. Then
Yeah.
what happens is you get to a space where you're like, well, let me just go and do these things. Things become a distraction, like if I go
Well,
out
yeah, like
here and
always moving
yeah, yeah. So if you're always moving, you don't have to stop and address
and
those things.
think, or just
Yeah.
reflect, or just like I do a lot of meditation and
Yes.
candles and praying, and I wasn't doing as much as I'm doing it now because I'm sitting still.
Right. Right. And so you, like I said, you were doing red carpets and things like that. So you had a lot of celebrities that you were engaged with and other people.
Yeah.
So did your clientele change? People who were or customers that were coming to you, what did your customer base look like?
Well, like I said, I was doing a lot of red carpets, a lot of celebrities, a lot of negative energy,
Mm,
and you really don't realize how much negative energy you're around till you're not around it.
right, right.
Because I'm
And
like, wow, I really needed this break. I needed this cleansing. This was a cleansing for people. I don't think people realize this is a basically we're in a spiritual warfare,
oh yeah,
and it's a cleansing time
yes,
for everybody, for
yes,
the planet, for people. But unless you're connected spiritually, you don't get it. You think it's, oh well, we're just stuck in the house. It's bigger than you just being stuck in the house.
right, right. And so just like you're saying, now you have people who are coming and they're looking at your product, buying your candles, starting to look into some of your products. So did you see your sales take a bit of a spike, once?
I've seen a lot of people buy my sweatshirts. I've sold a lot of Make Every Day a Great Day sweatshirts, hats. People are just trying to feel better. It's like a feel good thing. I guess like a comfort food. I guess it is. And like I'm gonna start selling. It's a starter pack for
Okay,
crystals.
nice.
It'll tell you all the crystals, what they mean, why you need it. It's gonna have a candle in it. So that's gonna be my next thing I'm gonna do. Because a
Awesome.
lot of people want to do crystals, but they don't even know what they mean,
Exactly.
the significance of doing the crystals. So that's what I'm gonna be doing next.
I think that's
I would love to get on the show and talk about that. That'd be fun.
yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. We can talk about it. That's the thing. The thing is I think people are looking for that feel good. They're looking for those things that they can do because, first, once you get past the fear of what
Mm-hmm.
happened, then you start going into a space of, okay, now what can I do to educate myself? What can I do to get into a better space, a better frame of
About
mind?
a mental space.
Yeah, it's all about mental space, and I think it's all about mindset. Absolutely, we want to
Yeah.
get into a
If you think it's negative, it will be. I keep trying to tell people, if you think it's negative, it will be negative. I had someone, it was just so funny. I had someone work with me, and they actually resigned because they just couldn't take the positivity that I was giving.
mm, mm,
So I've never had that happen before
you
because they
would.
were but they were very negative, doom and gloom. Everything's going to go wrong. And I'm like, how can you get up every day and think that way?
Right, right,
So they would come to me and they would give me a problem, and I would like, well, let's work on a solution. Let's work on a solution.
right.
You just keep dwelling on the problem. Let's work on a solution. And they weren't used to that mindset. It was overwhelming for them to deal with somebody so positive. So they resigned.
That is just amazing to me because you would think that, people are always talking like, you want to work somewhere where you enjoy going to work and
No.
and
She said it was very toxic to her because she was her mindset was so negative, and dealing with me every day it was too much.
I am stunned. I am stunned. Y'all are hearing something brand new here. Can you imagine? Somebody didn't want to work somewhere because the person was too positive.
Yes. And then I treated her too well. She wasn't used to that either. You treat me too well, I just can't take it. I can't work here. I'm like, okay. That negative energy, I didn't need to be around that anyway.
No, because I'm sure that it would have began to take a toll on you. But then again, like you said, if you're in that mind frame of always being positive or always seeing those things that are going to take you out of that space, because what happens is when you're in that negative space, it's like a vacuum. And you can't get out of it, and you just keep finding things and you start projecting and you start blaming.
I think usually when people are in that negative mindset, they're so used to it. They like torture. They like pain. They like being in a bad situation. And anybody that's coming along and actually giving them solutions, they don't like that.
Misery loves company.
I like to be miserable. I've been miserable my whole life. Right. Leave me alone. I want to stay miserable. I'm like, okay. I mean, and it's so funny. I've been meditating more and doing my candles and, really getting in touch with spirituality. And anything that's negative, I've noticed, it leaves.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't have to fire her. She left. She said, she resigned.
Right.
So I don't even have to do anything. I keep trying to tell people that if you are in a good mindset, anything that's negative is going to leave you anyway. You don't have to do anything. They're going to leave.
That's right. And then you're so busy, going on about the things that you're doing and about being in the now and about living in the moment that you don't dwell on those things.
No.
And I think that's what a lot of people have been going through, just trying to sit there and trying to figure out what to do. Some people just don't know what to do with themselves. They just don't know what to do with, there has to be the what if. You know what I'm saying? What if things were different? How would I act? How would I proceed? If money fell in my lap, would I know what to do with it?
Well, even that, I think people think money is the answer. But if you're not mentally there, mentally, spiritually connected, you can have all the money in the world, you're not going to be happy.
We see that and some of the reality shows.
How many people kill themselves and they're wealthy?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that doesn't mean anything.
No, it really doesn't. But that's what people think. They think, and I think that if they think that there are people out there who are wealthy, then they feel like, okay, I'm not going to ever be that person, so I don't have to worry about that, or if I don't have to live in that space. It's such a weird phenomenon.
It's just a weird mindset. Now, for you, I'm curious to find out, how are people reacting to you? You're such a positive influence. You're a minister. Are you getting a lot of people coming to you, like trying to figure out what to do? Like, what exactly is going on in your space?
Look at that. Look at how the tables turn, y'all. I love it.
I'm just curious.
Yes. And you're right, because that, absolutely. I think that's a huge part. For me, I've always been a person that people would come to for counsel or for, what are your thoughts on things? And that's something that I've always carried with me. I've always tried to support. I've always tried to show people, this is the way that you have to, go about dealing with things in your life. You want to have positivity. I know that I'm a person of influence. And that's something that it took a long time for me to be able to say. And it's not being said in an arrogance or self-absorbing way. It's just that you notice that people are watching you, or that you come up,
and you should be accountable for that.
Absolutely. And a
lot of people, they want people to gravitate to them, but they don't want to be accountable for.
Absolutely. Yes. And so I know that it's a big responsibility that I feel, even in my ministry and in my coaching, and then, that people are watching you and seeing how you're responding. And I think that was best seen when my daughter passed away. People didn't know how to address me because I was the person that they would come to ask, what do we say to her? Her baby is gone. They didn't know what to say. And so, I had to show them, I couldn't call up and, my daughter passed away and I just couldn't pass away with her. I had to, I still had another daughter who lost her, who lost her sister. My parents lost their granddaughter. My sister lost her niece. There were other people who needed me to be there. And so you begin to lead by example. And I think that that's something that I do in creating this platform. I think that's something that you do in creating the platform that you've created. We're giving people spaces to be able to talk things out. We're giving people spaces to be able to figure out how to navigate in this space that's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
They don't know how to do it if they don't have
different. It's different. Yeah. It's a different space. People feel different. They don't know what to do now.
Yeah. And that's the biggest thing. When people don't know what to do, again, why we call this show How Now. If you don't know what now, well, we may know what now, but we don't know how now. How do we navigate in this space? And I love the YouTube that you do. I mean, not the YouTube, the Facebook lives that you do, where you do your motivational Mondays and you talk about it too.
Because I know I have a lot of knowledge.
Yes.
And people always want me to talk about what I'm doing and things that I know. I'm like, every day I'm going to set aside a certain segment of my day and give people back knowledge.
Yeah, because that's what we're lacking. We're lacking, or sometimes we have an expectancy. It's an age of technology. We have so many ways in which to gather information at our fingertips. And there are some people who simply will not tap into those resources. And they're right there. No. They're right there.
I think it's more laziness. I think I've learned so much during this pandemic about people, how they actually think, how sad the world is. It's actually a sad world we're living in. There's a lot of people that are really depressed. Right. They have no vision. They have no motivation. They don't know what they're going to do. Which I didn't know we had so many people like that.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people are and they're dependent on navigating through life based on what someone tells them. And I know I listen to your little motivations and things every day. And one of them that you talked about that I love is when you were talking about how people don't, they go to somebody who knows nothing about things that they're interested in.
Let's go to Uncle John. Has he ever done it?
Right.
No.
Right. And it's just like, what do? You rely on people who are kind of like, and I liken it to Wikipedia. You gonna go to Wikipedia to ask somebody, or you gonna go to like a reference guide to really figure out?
I think it's like I said, I talked about that too. It's a comfort zone. People don't want to step out of their comfort zone.
No.
But then they wonder why they keep going in the circle. Like nothing's never ever happening. They're not moving. They're not progressing because they won't step out of the comfort zone.
Right. And they don't even realize that on the other side of that comfort zone may be their happiness. The one thing that they need, the one thing that's going to be their vision. I was talking to somebody recently, and one thing that we were talking about is that people say, oh, I don't know what my vision is. I don't know what my passion is. And sometimes it's just that you haven't been introduced to it. You haven't been introduced to it
yet. You won't step out of your comfort zone.
Exactly, because you're so narrow-minded and so closed-minded and so caught in the things that you're doing. You just haven't realized what it is yet. You haven't been exposed to it. You haven't opened yourself up to the possibilities.
But some people don't like being happy. Like I told you, the employee that I had.
That's right.
It was uncomfortable for her to be that happy. That made her uncomfortable. She was so used to having issues and problems and complaining about things.
Yes.
And she didn't have that.
Right.
She was so used to being in an environment where they didn't appreciate her. She didn't get bonuses. She didn't get, no one treated her a certain way. Right. When I gave her what she said that she wanted, it was so uncomfortable for her. She couldn't deal with it. She left.
Didn't know what to do with it. And that's so unfortunate. We better start learning what it is that we want to do with that stuff. Okay. Trust me. I remember it reminds me of like, I remember when my kids, they've always been with me. I used to work in education, so I would have the summers off. So it wasn't like my kids, when I moved here to Atlanta, would go to New York and spend summers with my parents. My parents were still kicking it, doing their thing. And they're just like, yeah, you off for the summer, stay with your own kids. So I remember one year they said, you know what? Let the kids come up here and hang out with us. Child,
Okay.
I sent those kids up there. And when I tell you, for that first couple of days, I kind of ran around. I didn't know what to do with myself. I didn't know what to do. I was at,
because your whole world centered around them.
my whole life was around my kids, and I was just like, what in the world am I supposed to do? Then when I finally figured it out, it was time for me to come back. I was like, dang, so that's what we have to learn to be prepared. And I think a lot of it is knowledge. A lot of it is learning what happiness means, learning what a great day means. So let's talk a little bit about that. What does a great day look like?
It depends on the person. Everybody's idea of a great day depends on the person. Like your idea may be one way and mine is totally different. Mine, a great day is waking up after a great night's sleep, getting up, exercising, meditating, and being positive throughout the day. That's a great day.
Yeah. And just like you said, I think that, you made a perfect point in that. It looks different for everyone. To me, if I wake up and my hair looks good, that may be enough. And that just goes, and it goes back to gratitude. And that's one thing I do. I know, I have a gratitude journal, and I journal every evening, and I write down 3 things that happen. Because sometimes, when you talk about a great day, it doesn't have to be something spectacular. And I think that's where
just
I don't want people.
Sleep is a great day for me.
Exactly. Because honey, when you don't get no sleep, when you got that luggage under your eyes, that's not cute. So
that's a great day for me.
That's it. So
making when I do my videos, people respond. I can help people. That's a great day.
Yes. To me, if I do this show and just one person walks away with one thing, that's enough. I don't have to have 1,000 listeners, 1,000,000 listeners, 1,000 subscribers. If I can change,
because it makes a difference. That one person.
That's one person. That's right. Then I've done all that I'm supposed to do. So I think that's the one thing that I want to be a takeaway from this. That when you're talking about a great day, it's what you make it, and it's what your definition of great is. And it could be something small, like you said, just waking up, just putting your feet on the floor and being able to get out of that bed without moaning. Okay. I don't have to fall on.
Wake up.
That's right. So it's important for people to
having a roof over your head. I mean, people, and I noticed too, people are ungrateful for what they have.
They take for granted what they have.
Take it for granted.
Yeah. My whole thing is, you wake up and you do things by rote. You come on and you flip them lights on, but if them lights don't come on, something's up.
Yes, thanks to pay your bill.
Right. You go, you turn that water on, that water comes on so you can brush your teeth and wash your face and clean your body and do those things. We take those little things for granted. And those are the very things that make it a great day. When we get out there in that car and turn that ignition, that car starts and we can get to where we need to go. That's a great day. It's a big deal. It's a big deal, and even in that, even if you don't, you got legs to walk, you got a bus stop to go to, you have other means of transportation, you got Uber, you got all other kinds of things. We have so many ways in which we can be grateful and show gratitude for the things that we have that are going to make our day great. And I think that's important for.
And that makes a difference. But a lot of people they don't get that.
They don't. And it's unfortunate. It is unfortunate. We don't want, people to just always constantly be in that space of feeling like they have to be in this depression. Even when you're talking about the pandemic, every day that you wake up and
you're not sick.
You're not sick. You're not sick. Your family
didn't die.
That's it. That's it. And I mean,
and your family members aren't sick. I mean, that's a blessing.
Right. And there are those who are out there, and even those who may take ill. You may be well enough to assist in taking care of them. So there are so many
That's true.
ways that we can make a day a great day. And you know, we just simply don't want to take that for granted. Like I said, I love what you're doing. I
Well,
love
thank
all of the things that you are doing. I love your, you know, those, you know, who can't see her. She has a beautiful necklace on that says "Great Day," and I love, love,
I said I
love
had
it.
to get this. I had to do this.
I love it, and that's a, you know, it's a constant reminder
Yeah.
of what makes
So
your
when I wake up,
day.
it's like, it's a great
Yeah,
day.
it's a great day, and I love that. And I mean, you've got so much energy, you've got so much exuberance, and it's nothing but contagious, you know. And to me, when I see you making your day a great day, it makes my day a great day because it's contagious. You know, it's exciting when you see
But
somebody.
energy is contagious.
That's it.
People
And
don't realize negative energy, that's contagious.
yeah,
Positive energy is contagious.
absolutely.
If you're with a person that's negative, their energy is negative, you're gonna feel it. I feel it. I don't know about anybody else.
Oh yes.
I feel
It's
negative
like a
energy.
blanket. To me, it's like somebody puts a blanket
I
over
like
me.
it.
I can feel the weight of it, you know, and
Yeah.
that's when they talk about, you know, tension. You can cut it with a knife and all those things. You can feel it. You
Yes.
feel the, you know, when there's a negative energy around you, and you're always wanting to try to, you know, make sure that you have positive people around you too. And I think that's something important too. Talk a little bit about your tribe, you know, those people who are closest to you. I mean, are they a part of your great day?
Sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes not. Well, I mean, like I said, I try to always look at the bright side of everything. And a lot of people, even people that I'm close to, they don't always feel the same way.
Right.
So
Right.
you can't make everybody think that way.
No, no. But I think it's also important to have, like you said, people who have that similar positive energy. And I'm sure that if you're spreading that energy on them, that is going, you know, that
Yes.
eventually is going to rub off on them as well. And so I'm
Yes,
sure it makes it
eventually.
good. Yeah. You know, because we can't be, you know, and just, you know, truth be told, you can't be on 10 every single day.
That's true. That's true. I mean, like for me, if I
Uh-huh.
know I'm not in the greatest mood, I'll try to stay away from people.
Yeah. And my whole thing is that sometimes a great day just may be an 8 instead of a 10. I
Or I
may not
might
be
just
on
be in a
10.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, so the thing, only downside with me is when people meet me and they see me, they expect me to be on 10.
Right. Right.
So I'm like, if I'm not gonna be like, then I'm like, I need to stay in.
And that's just the reality of it.
I need to stay in. Because I mean, because people see me, they meet me, they're like, oh, I want to meet you. And if I'm like, then
Right.
I just stay in the house.
Right. Just like
Man, she wasn't that nice to me. I just stay in the house.
there you go. But it's about knowing you. It's about knowing
Yeah, I
if
know
you,
me.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And I think the beauty of it is that it all starts within. It all starts
Mhm.
within. It's not anything that's manufactured. It's not anything that you can fake. You know what I'm saying? It's something
No,
that is genuine.
but
It's
you can't
something.
fake energy. That's another
That's
thing.
right. There you go.
People meet these celebrities and they're so great, but you can't fake energy. Like they feel my energy. I radiate a lot of energy and they feel it. Now some of them are so negative, it's like a deflection for them, like because it's
Right.
just too much.
Right.
But that's
And
one thing you can't fake is energy. Like when you meet a person, you can feel their energy. And I keep trying to get people to get more spiritually connected. So they could save them a lot of grief if they could feel a person's energy. They don't have to deal with the problems later.
that's it. That's it. I had to write that down. You can't fake energy because that's so true. You
You
can't.
can't.
You can't. It's
I mean, you can fake a
something.
whole bunch of other stuff, but you can't
That's
fake
it.
that.
That's it. You can put a mask over it all you want. You know what I'm saying?
But you can
People are
feel the
going.
person. Like I said, when I'm walking down the street or I'm with the person, I'm in a room, I can feel everyone's energy in the room.
There you go. There you
So if
go.
it's somebody's going down, I could feel them going down. I could feel myself connecting to them in some kind of a way. And hopefully I can bring them back up.
There you
Hopefully.
go.
Sometimes you can't.
No, sometimes you can. Okay, so let's, before we start wrapping things up,
Okay.
let's talk about some of the things that you are doing to live in the now. On my show, let's talk about living in the now and doing things in the now. What are some things that you're doing now? We've talked a little bit about some of those things that you do. that you're doing right now that you can let our listeners know?
I'm living in the now. Like I said, I started the two companies, the
Mhm.
Make Every Day a Great Day LLC, and I'm going to do a foundation too, a
Nice.
Make Every Day a Great Day foundation, and it's going to be pretty much helping different people, low income people, or people just in general,
Yeah.
just try to have them make every day a great day. So that's something else I'm working on.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So everything is about pouring into other people, you know?
Yes.
And that's a
And
beautiful
I don't think people realize that either.
yeah.
When you look out for other people, the universe looks out for you.
That's right. That's
And
right.
it's not even about you doing it for that. It's just it's just the way everything's set up. You
Yeah.
can't think you're gonna just take and not give back.
And that's a beautiful space to be in because and I've talked about this. I talk to my friends about this all the time too. We always talk about not pouring from an empty cup, but I love that when we get into a space of overflow, and when
Mm-hmm.
you get into a space of, like you said, making every day a great day and being positive, it overflows, and then you can give, and that's a joy. It's a
Like
joy.
like for the holidays, or like now, I have a giveaway for the gift cards, and
Yes.
give away for the PS5s, and I
Yeah.
don't have to do that, but I do it because I can do it, and it's not about me. It's about other people.
See.
And a
Yeah.
lot of people don't get that.
No,
They're like, well, why does she get all this stuff, and why does she have all these things? And but your mindset is wrong.
that's it. Because
So
not just
why would
what
it
you
be
get is what you do with it as well.
exactly? So if you have all this money, or you're doing all these things and you're not helping anybody, what is it all for?
That's right. That's right. Okay. Words of wisdom, y'all. Words of wisdom. Okay. Just like you said, sometimes when you're living in the now is about extending your hand back and helping others, and lifting them up and getting them into a space where they can turn around and reach back and help others as well.
But I know people. It's so funny. I've known people who've had money, they lost the money, they try to get it back, but then they wonder why they can't get back on their feet because you never gave when you had it.
Right.
So why should you get blessed again? But I've always gave. I've always was a giver.
That's it.
So even if something bad happened to me, or if something happened, I've never been in a bad situation because I'm always giving. I'm never like me.
That's it. And what does the
So
scripture say? To whom much is given, much is required.
exactly.
You
But
know.
I don't think a lot of people realize that. They're like, well, oh my
Mhm.
God, why is all these good things always happen to you? It's not fair. But I give a lot.
Right. Right. And when you give of your heart, and you give,
And it's
and
not
it's not something
fake.
it's that right. It's not something that you think about. You
And it's
just
not
do it.
fake. It's not
Right.
because I'm not giving because I'm trying to get something, or it's like it's
Exactly.
all ulterior motive. And a lot of people try to do that. Oh, I'm giving you something because I'm trying to get something out of you, or
Exactly.
some kind of reason.
Right. It's
That
not
doesn't
about the
work.
accolades. It's not about that. It's just about, you give it somebody and you can walk away, and then you can go and have a peaceful night's sleep knowing, that
It was
that
so funny. This guy contacted me.
uh-huh.
Well, actually, this guy's friend contacted me the other day, and their grandmother's house burned down.
Oh wow.
So they sent me something, inbox me, and like, could you please help us? Their grandmother's house burned down. So I sent them something, right?
Okay.
And this was like a couple of weeks ago. And they're like, oh my God, you didn't tell anybody, you didn't post it. Because you don't help people to do that. I
Right.
mean, but you see a lot of people do that. They help somebody and then they say, oh, well, help this person and blah, blah, blah.
Right. Right. You're not
Why
supposed
would why would somebody do something like that? I mean, but people do it.
all the
But the intentions are wrong. You're only
There you
helping because you're
go.
trying to get some kind of I don't know, social media file. I don't know what you're trying to do.
There you go. It's all about intentions, and our intentions should be pure in the things that we're doing. And just like
Exactly.
you're saying, that the Lord is pleased with you, or that Spirit is pleased with you because you are giving of yourself. You're giving, and it's not for any personal gain. It's not for anything outside of you just saying, I have an overflow, I have a surplus, I can help somebody, and I'm just going to do that.
what I've noticed too, and I'm sure you've noticed too, that when you think that way, it throws people off. Because they're so used to people having some kind of agenda or why are you being so nice to me? Like, I don't have an agenda.
It goes back to your employee again. You know?
Agenda.
Yeah.
Aren't you used to people being nice? No. I mean, that's sad. To me, that's sad.
It's a sad existence when we live in a society where people are skeptical of those who are trying to do nice things. Now, don't get me wrong. There are people out there who are schemers, you know, and we have to have a spirit of discernment.
But even if like a person, perfect example, somebody sent me something saying, I don't know, that they had cancer or something. It was a lie. That was fake. But my thing is, and I found out it was a lie. I did my part.
Right.
I helped them out.
Right.
I donated. That's on them.
There you
that
go.
They lied.
There you go.
Because I don't care.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's something that you have to deal with.
That's it.
You came to me, said you had cancer, you were dying, blah, blah, blah. I helped you. Whatever. That's what they were doing to get money from people.
Right.
Whatever.
Right.
But I don't care because I did my part. Because if it was me and someone came to me and I was in a situation, I was someone to help me. So I always try to look at it like if it was me, you know.
Right. Right.
That's their karma that they have to deal with. The fact that they lied.
That's it.
I did my part. Don't you feel like you got ripped off? Or, oh my God, you should do something. I'm like, I did do something. I did my part.
That's it. That's it. And that's the thing. You don't have to go back and it's not about retaliation. It's about you gave, you did, and you moved on. And whatever they do with it, like you said, whatever you done now it's their onus. It's their cost to pick up and bear as to how they're going to do what they were given.
I don't worry about somebody using me. That's another thing I don't worry about. People, oh my God, someone's gonna come in and use you. I don't worry about that. Because that never happens. That has never happened.
Wow.
So I don't worry about, oh my God, someone's gonna use you, someone's gonna take advantage of you. I've never had that happen. Usually if a person had the intention to do that, something happens and blocks it, they never get to me, or
that's it.
Or something, it usually something happens and it never happens the way they think it's gonna happen.
That's it. You know, this is exactly why every day is a great day for you.
Yeah, well, I meditate, I fast, I pray. I mean, and my steps are guided. I don't just do stuff. That's another thing. Everything that I do, it's guided. Like every move that I make, it's guided.
Yeah. It's intentional.
Yeah.
You know?
So wherever I go, I'm supposed to be there.
Right.
If I'm not there, I'm not supposed to be there.
Right. I love that. I am just.
But a lot of people don't get that.
They don't.
They think we're just here and we're just, everyone emits a certain type of energy.
Mm-hmm.
So everything happens for a reason. Nothing's an accident.
No. Everything.
Like we're here because it's a reason why we're here.
That's it.
At this particular time and space.
That's right.
So.
Something was said that needed to be said that was going to help somebody to be able to realize that, wait a minute, there's something to this making, each day a great day. There's something to this, It's a movement. It is something that is that's going to get people to the next level. It's going to take them to a space of growth, Yeah. And I appreciate
if you want to grow. Now I was reading something too. When you're ready to learn, the teacher will come.
That's right.
If you're not ready, then this show won't be for you. You won't be ready to receive this energy or receive this information.
You're going to be like that person who left you and was just like, this is too much. I can't take this. I don't understand. And we're going to be like, what?
I can't take it.
Yeah, I will, I am floored. I was like, if anything, I know there are going to be people saying, somebody was on her show and, they said that they left because they were getting the things that they wanted and they just could not deal with the happiness. It happened.
No.
It happens.
I've never had that happen before, ever.
Crazy.
You're treating me too well. I'm not used to this. It's very uncomfortable. Did you say you wanted to be treated well? I don't like it.
Same thing happens in relationships with some women and some men too. That the person treats them well and they just don't know what to do with it. They're used to being in combative relations, and being combative and argumentative, and so they just don't know what to do with that.
He's too nice. He's too nice.
Right.
What does that mean? I'm used to being in a terrible situation.
Right. You're just like, say what? But it all starts with you. It all starts with you having a love for yourself and the understanding that you have value.
And a lot of people don't have value and they don't feel they have value
themselves. Right.
So I have a question for you.
Yes.
When a person comes to you and they for counseling, how do you help them get value?
It all starts with them taking a look at themselves, just like we're talking about in this time of pandemic. I'm going to ask them, what are some things that you are doing for yourself? Or I ask them, tell me about yourself. And, a lot of people are quick to talk about, well, I'm a mom, I work at some such company and I'm a spouse and I'm that.
But what about yourself?
Exactly. Because we are so quick to define ourselves by the roles that we play, because that's what people have conditioned us to believe, that the only way that people are going to accept us is if we tick off all of the things that we have been successful in doing. Or, I'm a mom and I'm a soccer mom and my son plays football and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. It's all those things. And you begin to take on those roles. And it's like, no, what do you like?
That's true.
What are some things that and it starts there, bringing out the things about themselves, the things that you dreamed about when you were a kid. What did you want to be? I want to be a banker and a ballerina and a teacher, and I want to be a doctor, a lawyer, an Indian chief. You want to be all of these things. And then when you start taking on those other roles, and then when your children go off to college and they go off and get married and start their own families, then you have these people who hang on because then they've forgotten to dream. They've forgotten the things that were special to them or that were exciting to them. They lose that.
They've lost their identity.
Exactly. And that's why my business is called Redefining You, because you're going back and finding that lost person. You're finding what you lost. And so, that's a huge part of the process. Then we start building from there. So, yeah.
My grandmother was married for 78 years.
Wow.
Which is like, oh my God.
Yes.
And he always told me, never lose your identity.
Yes.
Never lose your identity.
But
I was wondering, like, what did she mean? But she always had her own things she was doing, and she never lost her identity. She had children.
Yes.
But she always had her groups she was doing and clubs, and she never lost her identity.
That's it. And you can't, because it's hard to find it. And then just like I said, you wake up one day and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm 20 years older, and you may not be able to do some of the things that you wanted to do. The one thing about my grandmother who recently passed, and you knew her as well, is that she did exercise, and she was working, was doing exercise at the senior center and things like that up until her 80s, before she moved in with my parents and started living with them. She did things on her own. She marched to her own drum. It doesn't mean that you're neglecting your family, or that you're neglecting those people around you who you care about. They're just, you're adding to that. If I'm taking care of my body and I'm doing things for myself, that's going to help me to be able to run behind my grandchild, if I want to do that, but if I'm sitting there and I'm not taking care of myself, I'm not doing things, then how am I of any use to anyone?
Pretty much you're dying inside. You're dying.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
Exactly. And then when it finally ends and when it's finally over with regards to, taking care of a child, your child moves away or something, then all of a sudden you just don't know what to do with yourself. And then it becomes a whole other...
You lost your whole identity for your children.
Exactly. It's all about self-discovery. And now you're back in the space where you're like, I don't even know what's happening. I don't even know where I am. I don't even know where to go. You got to get back on the good foot. You got to get to that space again of making each day a great day. And that starts with you. Plain and simple. Okay, so before we go, are there any other last words that you want to leave our listeners with?
No, anything you want to ask me or anything? I don't know.
No, I love that you said you can't fake that energy. I think that's a good takeaway. You cannot fake energy. You can't, pretend or put on this persona of being something that you're not, because
and I think I scare a lot of people because of that. I think I scare people. That scares people. Yeah. I scare people. Like if a person's energy is like, I scare people. Because you can't fake it. You can't. I can see you smiling.
That's right.
But your energy is like this, so I can tell the difference.
That's it. That's it. So you have to be able to get into that space of saying, okay, once I get myself centered, I get that good juju going. Now I'm in a space where people can receive me, and people will handle you differently. They'll treat
and doors open, situations change, opportunities happen. People want to do business with you. I just got a deal with Tiffany's.
Nice.
The manager came to me and wants me to do motivational speaking to the employees to raise morale.
Look at that.
Now I didn't come to them. They came to me.
Simply by coming on.
Every time you come in here, you're so friendly and nice. You treat everybody so well. And we've been watching you. Now, like I said, you never know who's watching you.
Influence.
They came to me. They asked me, hey, we see that you're doing the Make Every Day a Great Day thing. We want you to help us with the employee morale at Tiffany's. I'm like, where did that come from?
And all you were doing was minding your business.
I was just being
about making everything, and then it comes to you. You don't have to go out, like you said, you don't have to go out looking for it. It comes to you because that positive energy comes. People are drawn to that, and they want to tap into that, and they want to see, what is it that makes you so excited and that gives you such joy. And once they see that, they want a piece of that. People who are smart.
But you got to watch that too, because people who are, they'll drain your energy.
So
I have to recharge myself.
Yes.
So I have to go away and get my energy back.
There you go. There you go. How do you do it? What's your favorite way to recharge yourself when you're feeling that your battery is going low?
Alone time.
Yeah.
I'm alone. I will be alone. I'll pray, and then I get a really good night's sleep. That recharges my battery. Like I'll go and I'll lay down like 6 o'clock, and I'll just stay in the bed and just meditate and pray, and I'll just stay in the bed. And by the next day, I'll be fine.
Yeah. And you see what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be, I go to the spa, I don't get my nails
No. I need to be by myself.
You need that personal charging, and that comes from within. And so it just goes to show that, it's not, she can probably do that because she has this and that and the third. How about she just has a pillow? Praise the Lord. And just can lay down.
Like I like my candles.
That's it. That's it. It doesn't always require all of these monumental things that people think that makes you happy, or that's the definition of what makes things great for you.
Well, superficial things.
Right.
Now that I'm more spiritually connected, it doesn't matter as much as me being by myself and me lighting my candles.
There you go. There you go. And so y'all heard it here. You heard it from Donna Briggs. That's how she's making each day a great day. She makes every day a great day. So tell everyone how they can get in contact with you, Donna.
You can contact me at donnabriggs.com, donnabriggsmedia.com, ANEWU, shop ANEWU, and makeeverydaygreat.com. Or Instagram at I am Donna Briggs _ Facebook, Donna Briggs, Snapchat, Donna Briggs, Instagram, Donna Briggs, Pinterest, Clubhouse, Donna Briggs. All social media platforms.
That's it. Put in Google, Donna Briggs, and you'll
there you go.
They can find you. Hey, thank you so much for
You're welcome.
being with me, for coming and telling
Thanks,
people
Kim.
how
Thanks
to
for
make.
inviting me.
Yes, honey, it's just been a pleasure.
Thank
And
you.
we
Thank
hope
you.
that each one of you continues to make each day a great day. Go on the website, get your t-shirt. I'm going to order mine. Okay, I don't wear hats. I got too much hair. So but I'm definitely going to get a shirt because, it starts somewhere. Like I said, it starts within. So again, we thank you for being here, and that's going to do it for us for another episode of How Now, where we talk about how to live in the now. And until I see you the next time, I stay peace.
Bye.